Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A, where I do gardening related videos. For today's video, I'll be doing a Sunday walkabout. It's Monday, but I didn't get around to doing it yesterday. I was so busy, I had a lot going on, but I definitely still want to show you what's happening in the garden, what looks good, what doesn't look good, what I've been up to, and everything in between. So let's get started. First up, I've been very happy with my yield so far of the Clemson spineless okra. Planted these guys back on April 20th, and I've just been harvesting. So happy about that. Now these guys here, I pick them every day now, and I can just steam them. I love me a steamed okra. But can you believe I actually tried fried okra for the first time yesterday? And surprisingly, I actually like it. So I'm going to try, doing some fried okra from my own okras and see how they taste. But let me know if you have okra in your garden and how they do. But I'm definitely going to be harvesting some right now. All right, so moving on to the tomatoes. I have a lot on my tomato plants. I am very thankful. I am very happy with the yield as well this year. I got some really big tomatoes. I got some little tiny ones, and they're just all doing great. Now, just like the okra, I tried fried green tomatoes yesterday at the same place, and I didn't like this one. I didn't like the fried green tomatoes as much as I like the fried okra. I don't know what it was about it. It just tasted a little bit too bittery for me. I don't know what it was, but I could see that they mixed maybe flour and cornmeal. I don't know what it was. I just knew I didn't like it. Usually with me, with my tomatoes, what I do is I let them stay on the vine or stay on the plant until I see the first hint of red. Once I see the first hint of red, then I pick it and I let it finish ripening on the table. But I'm just so happy. Now, again, I didn't spray anything. I planted these things on April 20th, and I just watered them in and I fertilized them once I saw that the plant was flowering. That's it, right? Not even for bugs. I didn't spray anything. And speaking of bugs, look who it is right here. Now, he's probably a foal. Not sure what you call that, a bug or a worm or something, but I'm going to take a picture and ask Google about it, and I'm going to get rid of him. Either way, because I can't, trust anybody right now when it comes to these tomatoes, because I've noticed a couple of times I've seen a really nice tomato and I'm waiting for it. And then when I finally pick it, on the other side of the tomato, it's already, something going on with it, right? But I just feel happy with how things are going with the tomatoes. Remember, I had cut back the beans because I had gotten so many beans, guys, and the plant was looking kind of tired and weary. Once I cut it back, guys, it began to flower again. And look, I'm getting new baby beans. They're not ready yet, but I'm almost there with them, guys. This is another one that just does well for me. And I learned my lesson with the beans. I used to just plant 1 or 2 or 3, but I think the more you plant, the more they kind of, work off of each other and I get way more beans. I've been able to, actually, put these in the fridge and steam them and saute them. And again, they just taste absolutely amazing. Okay, so on to the eggplants. There's only one little one right here, and that's because yesterday we actually went to a family event, and I actually took the other ones that were on here to the family, so I don't have those to show you, but they were nice, guys. Oh my goodness, I wish I had taken a picture to show you guys, but this one wasn't ready, obviously, and this is why this one didn't go yesterday. But you can see I have a lot of flowers, and I anticipate even more eggplants to show you. Hopefully in the next couple of days you will definitely see them, but I'm always so happy. You can see I'm going to get an eggplant, a bunch of eggplants here I'm going to get eggplants here because of the flowers. Very, very happy. I love these guys. Eggplant Parmesan is where it's at, guys. Let me know what you do with your eggplant. I know some people grill it. Some people do Parmesan. Some people like chop it up and put it with some fish or something. Let me know what you do. And let me know if you actually planted eggplant this year and how it does. Bell pepper. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the bell peppers are not doing as great as I know they can do. And I only have one so far, but I do have a lot of pepper plants with flowers. So I'm anticipating peppers coming in soon. Now, peppers are usually great when it's hot, and it's been hot, but I think there was something up with the ones that I planted. So I actually went on and planted some more in anticipation because we still have a lot of time for peppers. It's going to be hot in the rest of August. It's going to be hot in all of September. We're not really going to cool down until late October. I've harvested 2 cantaloupes so far, guys. They are so sweet and they are ripe. Now, these cantaloupes here, they're not going to grow as big as the ones you're seeing in the store because, again, I did not spray anything. I didn't add anything, special to this thing. I just planted this thing and then I actually just, literally just like watered it in. So let me cut this open and see how this looks. All right, guys, so I'm going to cut this cantaloupe open for you so you can see what it looks like. I don't know why I didn't do it at the first go around. And like I said earlier, they're not that big like you see them in the store, but big enough where I'm happy with the fact that I'm the one who actually grew this thing, right? So here goes nothing. I went into the kitchen to get a knife, and I'm going to cut this little baby open. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, look at that. Haha. Look at that. Alrighty, now let's see how it actually tastes. This is a real cantaloupe, guys. I'm so happy. Let me put this down and I'm gonna show it to you. Let's see, this is it. I'm gonna cut it open again, and then you can see all the nice beautiful seeds in here. I could save the seeds too. And I could actually eat the seeds too if I really wanted to. I'm just gonna keep cutting it down into slices so I can eat it easy. Look at that. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Look at that. Nice and sweet. Oh, man. Tastes so good. So, guys, I'm not an advocate of, just grow all your own food and everything. But if you can, you can try. Just start a little bit, grow cantaloupe, grow watermelon, grow tomato, grow peppers, just in case, So, tastes so good. I'm not even gonna lie about it, guys. It tastes really, really good and nice and juicy. Now, a lot of folks don't like melons, but I love melons. Anything in the melon family tastes really, which is why I'm a big fan of cucumbers as well. But these taste really, really nice. Let me know if you grow melons, specifically cantaloupe, and how they do in your yard. My Kelvin Floodlight Dahlia is still doing great, guys. Still pushing out a lot of blooms. When I had showed you this guy, it only had this bloom here, and this one is beginning to fade. And since then, all these new blooms have come on, doing really, really great. I'm also liking the Thomas Edison one. This one here also pushes out a lot of blooms, and it's looking great. You can see it's all budded up to put out even more. I'm in the side yard now, and this is the beautiful Bellini Raspberry Crepe Myrtle from the folks at Bloomables. This is a beautiful plant. It's a dwarf, though. It won't grow that tall, and I like how it has the vase-like shape. Really, really pretty, guys. Let me know if you have the Bellini Raspberry and how it does in your garden. Now, these guys here, they sure do love the heat. That's the thing about crepe myrtles. When things heat up is when they really begin to show off, and I'm really liking this really nice rosy pink color. My summer planter's still doing great, guys. It's been getting beat up by all this heat, but I do have it here with the flowering ginger in the middle. I have a whole bunch of Mexican heathers and some zinnias didn't really do too much with these, and I try to stick with just 3 plants from now on, because sometimes I try to put too much and then I wonder why the planter is not doing well, and simply because there's just too much going on in it. So I've decided to stick with just doing 3 plants per planter, and these are looking great. The zinnias always perform really nice, and of course, you guys know I'm a big fan of the Mexican heather right here, and I always buy flowering ginger, and like I told you guys in the story, I had somebody speak to me at the store at Home Depot and told me that she actually puts her flowering ginger in the garage. I never do, but I might do it this year, and for her, she says it does come back. You might have noticed I have a lot of cardboard already doing some sheet mulching here in my garden. I usually do that way earlier in the season, but the weeds have been showing out themselves lately and I need to suppress them pronto. Okay, so I'm on to my foundation bed, and I am extremely happy with what things are looking like here in August. Now, you guys know my foundation bed is all evergreen on purpose. Some bloom, some don't. And the reason I did it that way is because in the dead of winter, and when everything has lost their leaves, and when everything looks really rough, my foundation bed will always look the same, right? So you guys already know what's in here. I've got the lyrope, or the liriope, as I'm saying now, the liriope right here, which is an evergreen great for the edge of your bed. They are really nice. They're very variegated, and they have these beautiful purple blooms, right? So they go all the way down here. Very, very happy with what things are looking like right now in reference to the liriope especially. But I also want to highlight what's also happening with the camellias. Now, this is a time of the year that the camellias are going to be putting on their buds. The camellias that bloom in the fall and the winter, they're going to be putting on their buds right now. So, for example, this one here is the snow flurry. I had gotten this beauty here from the folks at Loganville at Groves Outlet. This is a really nice white, hence the name Snow Flurry, and they're all budded up. I have 2 of them. Right. I also have the Early Wonder Camellia. Really, really nice. A pinky red color. This guy's also budded up. You can see them right here. What I love about camellia is that they're evergreen. They bloom, and they bloom when nobody else is blooming, which is always a good check mark to have next to a plant. We also have the Shishigashira. Right? This beauty here is Shishigashira, and you can see Shishi's putting on that new foliage, and that simply means that there's about to be some new buds. And I can already see some really tiny buds there, right? Really, really nice. I have 2 of the Shishigashira. I also have the Yuletide Camellia, this one here. Yuletide camellia. I'm not seeing any buds yet, but I'm definitely seeing new foliage. Yuletide, I usually see Yuletide for sale during Christmas, right? Because they have red flowers and they really match when people are looking for stuff, for Christmas, right? For whatever reason, Christmas is associated with red. And you can see all that new foliage going up there. It's looking great. I have 2 Yuletides here. I also have the fragrant tea olive, another beauty here, and another one that blooms is really beautiful, inconspicuous, very small white blooms, but they sure do pack a punch. And those are going to bloom when the season gets cooler. Again, an evergreen and doing great. Now you can see I have a lot of hollies in here. I also have Nandina. I have the gold touch holly right here. I have 2 autumn ferns that are still here, and I'm probably going to keep them here because they seem to be taken well. One of the reasons I had put those ferns there is because, I had the tree and I cut the tree down, so now this area gets a little bit more sun, but so far the ferns are not complaining. And of course, this guy here, one of my favorites. This is the Florida Sunshine Elysium. What a beauty, an evergreen. Nothing else looks like this in my garden. It has a licorice smell when you brush against it, and it does take shade to part shade. And of course, you can see I have a lower pedalum right there as well. Very, very happy with the way my foundation bed looks. Now, this is one side of the foundation bed. Let's just go up a little further so you can see the other side. Now, you can also see my coleus. Remember, I had bought those coleus at Walmart for $7.98. They were small in a 2-quart. Brought them home, put them in a bigger pot, and then put the pot in these really nice urns that I had gotten from Lowe's on half off clearance, guys, and these are looking great. I love these black urns right here, but I also just truly love the beautiful coleus. You guys know I'm a big fan of coleus. Now, whenever I see the coleus beginning to bloom here, I take it off because I don't want the plant to burn out. I want it to keep growing. If you let a lot of the flowers stay on, then the plant is going to put a lot of energy into flowering. And as you know, coleus is not known for flowers. They are known for their beautiful foliage. Otherwise, this is the other side of the foundation. You can see I have a lot of heuchera that grew really big. I bought these heucheras so small, guys, so small. And look, they're literally like 5 times the size of it. Of course, you recognize this beauty here. This is the spider's web fatsia, which I did a spotlight on. This is an azalea. And I breathe a little bit harder when I talk about this guy because these were actually here when I bought this house. And I've been trying to kill this thing forever because this is the type of azalea that only blooms once. And it needs to grow at least 2 feet taller every year to bloom, and it just doesn't fit with me anymore. And I've tried to do everything to get this thing out. I don't care what I do, this thing keeps coming back. I just cut it back for now and just leave it alone for now. And then of course, I have more of the heuchera, and of course this beautiful guy here, which is a false holly, a really beautiful plant that has these really nice different colors. Like it'll have 5 different colors on one plant. A red, a pink, a creamy color, and a white. Really, and green, of course. Really nice. You can see one of my favorite ground covers is the ajuga that I tried to take out. I had put a bunch of ajuga here because at one point I was saying to myself, I want living mulch. But with living mulch, it sounds nice, but you still have a lot of stuff coming through these plants. So I took them out and I put the ajuga somewhere else. But of course, it looks like I didn't take it all out because this thing is just growing and growing. You can see them right here, right? Looking really nice. And I'm on to the slope garden. This guy here is doing great. You can see that the yuccas are doing well in here. The hollies are doing well. I have some salvias in here. And of course, I have some daisies in here. This bed here is lined, as expected, with the liriope. Now I'm going to remove these Happy Returns daylilies. I wanted to put some daylilies here because I wanted some color in this bed, but they just don't belong here. So I'm definitely going to take them out. But of course, I'm going to wait until these guys go to sleep. But so far, so good. Now, the only issue I've been having, it's not really an issue, it's just something that comes with the territory, is that there's been a lot of weeds coming through the rocks. Now, I have cardboard underneath here, right? I have cardboard, then I have landscape fabric, then I have the rocks. And even with that, you can still see. And I'm going to show you this, guys, because it's not all fun and games and it's not all nice and crisp in these gardens that you're seeing on YouTube. There are weeds to be seen here, right? And these guys here, because we've been getting a lot of rain. We've been getting a lot of rain, guys, and I come out here all the time and try to get through the crevices of this guy, trying to get these weeds out. And it's like the more I pull, I don't know what it is. I'm pulling too late. I don't know what it is, but they just keep coming back. But I have to stay on top of it because, of course, I'm trying not to spray, even on weeds here, because I feel like, let me just go back up on the slope here. If I go on this slope and let's say I spray something in here, right, that's going to kill these weeds, it might land in the actual bed with the flowers themselves, which is the worst thing that could happen. So I just come out here every day. I didn't do it yet this morning, so I'm going to do it when I'm done, with this video with you. But I just go in here and I just pull all these weeds that are coming through, even with cardboard, even with landscape fabric, and even with the rocks. You cannot get away from weeds. I don't care what nobody says, right? You just cannot get away from it, guys. Because weeds don't come from always underground. They come from birds. They come from wind. They come from pollination processes, all kind of stuff. But ultimately, the bed itself is looking great. Look at all of my dwarf Burford hollies. I was worried that this area here might stay a little bit too wet for them, guys, but they are all shiny and glossy. All these beauties here from Lowe's, $10.98, but I got them on clearance, of course. Now look at here. Right here, you know what this is? This is the Mystic Spire Sage doing absolutely well here. Look at that. It is so happy. Let me know if you have a slope bed and how it does. All right, so bad news to report, guys. My summerific cookies and cream hardy hibiscus has been going through it. I did a spotlight video on this guy for you. It was in its prime. It was looking great. And the other last few days I came out here, I noticed that something was going on with it. It literally dropped all its leaves. It was looking all sick and unhappy. I have two of them. I have no idea what's going on with them, guys. So of course, I go to the experts. I go to my Lowe's and I speak to my garden managers, and I took a picture of it and I showed it to them. And at first, I had told them that I thought it was Japanese beetle. He was like, "Nah, I don't think it's Japanese beetle, especially since I have roses and the roses are actually not affected." And we all know that Japanese beetles love roses. But in any case, when I zoom in here, it was looking bad, guys. But the hope of this all is the fact that there's actually new foliage coming out. So I don't know what happened, why it dropped all its leaves. And you can see it's still trying to push out a bloom, right? And the bloom is not as big as it usually would have been, but I'm just so happy to see. My Lowe's garden person also told me to kind of come into the ground and look to see if I saw any roly-polies, any worms or anything. And I did that, and I took a picture, and I just didn't see anything. So we ultimately think that it's probably getting too much water. Now, there is such a thing as too much water, even for a plant that likes a lot of water, right? And that's probably what it was. The plant was resetting. But let me know if you've experienced this with your hardy hibiscus, specifically the summerific cookies and cream, and what exactly you did. Now, I will not be spraying anything, right? So that's definitely not an option for me. But I just want to know what is going on with my plant. Finally, I'm checking in with my backyard shade garden, guys, and things are looking good. The hostas are looking good. The hookeras are looking good. It does look like something is gnawing on the sides or the edges of my brunnera, or the Siberian bug loss right there. But my lungworts are looking great. Of course, you know that those guys bloom really, really early, so they don't have nothing going on with them during this time in August. But all the hostas and the hookeras are looking great all the way up there. Of course, my hostas are blooming, which you guys know I love, and I definitely keep the blooms on. I do have the white water acanthus that is a complete shade plant that I still haven't put in the ground. I read that this guy is kind of bully and you need to put it somewhere where you know for sure it's going to stay, and I don't know yet, right? Same thing with this guy here. This is the beautiful spider's web fatsia that I need to put in the ground. But this is likely going to go on the foundation bed when I finally get that azalea out, because that's what I want to put there. Actually, this guy has been doing really, really well for me. I cannot wait for this thing to bloom. That's pretty much it for me, guys. Let me know what you think. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted in all my new videos. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.